SDMB, we work closely with Pima County Parks and Rec. We're heavily involved with them in their trail programs to build and maintain all of their trails. There's probably 150 to 200 miles of trails that they take care of that we assist with, volunteer-wise, putting stuff together, trail layout, trail maintenance, monthly trail days, stuff like that. We also work with the city of Tucson. They have a couple of trail systems that we're working with them to acquire and build a relationship with them. And then we also have the Forest Service that we do very little here in town, but in Mount Graham we're working with them a little bit, try to get some of their trails up to speed.
I feel like trail work overall is you get a little bit of everything. Like you get really good exercise, you get some time outdoors, you get some really good social time, you get to give back to the trails that you enjoy and to the community. And so that, it got me hooked immediately. And so I just started showing up to everything Torca did. My name is Spencer Scott. I'm currently president of Torca. It's been a pretty roundabout path for me coming to Tucson. I originally am from Chicago. I went to college in Boston. My family moved to South Carolina while I was in college, and then I moved here.
My name is Dave Slagle. I'm with SDMB, Sonoran Desert Mountain Bicyclists, and I am the events coordinator for them right now. Well, I was born here, so I've been here for over 52 years. And my parents were actually born in Tucson here too, so I've been here for a long time. Riding opportunities in Tucson are pretty great. There's a lot of variety here. A lot of it's real chunky, rocky. There is a bunch of flow stuff. We have the Arizona Trail that flows right through here. Of course, Mount Lemmon, lots of chunk on Mount Lemmon. Steep stuff up there. We have pretty much all varieties of riding opportunities here in Tucson.
So the opportunities for mountain biking are most anything you can think of. I think really the only thing we lack as far as mountain biking goes here is true downhill trails. But so for something like if you're more of an enduro free rider type, Mount Lemmon has basically anything you could ask for. But then if you're more of like a cross country type, you want to pedal a bit, you have a whole ton of stuff out at 50 Year, you have Tucson Mountain Park. So there's a little bit of everything for everyone as far as mountain biking goes here.
Ah, Tucson, you beautiful beast. They're right, there's something here for everyone. So much so that I'd probably call this my single favorite place to ride in the American Southwest. From the razor-sharp rocks and physically demanding terrain of Tucson Mountain Park as seen here, to the beginner-friendly flow found throughout the city, and of course the legendary terrain high above town on Mount Lemmon, there's so much ground to cover that the area is supported by two separate but equally prolific trail associations. Tucson Off-Road Cycling Activists, otherwise known as Torca, and the Sonoran Desert Mountain Bicyclists, aka SDMB.
Tucson's lucky enough to have two trail associations here in town. Torca takes care of a lot of the stuff up on Mount Lemmon and deals with them. And we take care of a lot of the stuff in the valley. It's over 300 to 400 miles of trail here, within an hour. There's a lot of work to do, and it's really convenient to have two different entities, working together and building that trail systems up. So it works really well together.
We do trail work for everyone. Everyone's welcome at our trail days. We're actually working with the Forest Service right now to develop a trails plan for the Catalinas. We're essentially just an extension of the Forest Service. Because we're a partner organization, we're sort of a trail maintenance extension of the Forest Service. A lot of the Forest Service budget, especially in this district, goes towards wildfire management, so they might not necessarily have the resources at all times that you would want to put towards trail maintenance, especially in an area like Tucson where erosion is a huge problem. And so we're sort of the trail maintenance wing of the Forest Service in this district, at least for mountain biking trails. There's obviously other organizations that are here as well.
Tucson is only an hour north of the Mexico border, so as you might imagine, it's a veritable year-round playground for cyclists of all types. Elite road and gravel cyclists flock here during the winter months and can be found slogging up the Mount Lemmon Highway as they get their climbing legs back underneath them. For mountain bikers, of course, the trails in the valley are ideal from November through April, but as things heat up during the warmer months, mountain bikers can head toward the summit of the 9,200 foot tall Mount Lemmon, where temps can be 30 degrees cooler than those found in town.
It started out where it was just sort of a sense of, I want to give back to the community a little bit, and that's how it starts. And I think a lot of the people that you find on the board, they're the sorts of people who have a sense of duty to their community and to other people. Even outside of trail work, they're the sorts of people who, at a moment's notice, will be there to help you. And then that's what draws you in. And then the hook is that, like I said earlier, it's just fun to do work out on the trails. Like that's really a big part of the payoff, is that you get to go play in the dirt for a day and hang out with some really cool people and maybe have a couple beers afterwards and just sit and talk. You get to go on a backpacking trip in like beautiful backcountry in Arizona. And that's the sort of stuff that keeps you around. That's the sort of stuff that makes all the administrative work really, really worth it.
So mountain biking is definitely an escape from life's daily issues. You get out, hang out with your friends, you're concentrating on your riding your bike, you're forgetting about everything that's going on, forgetting about work, you're forgetting about all the stuff you did. Then you ride by the trail that you just built and a big smile comes on your face and you realize that you're making a difference. So it's a neat feeling that knowing you've been part of the reason everybody's having fun. It's really a big part of why I do what I do.
There aren't many places with a collection of cultural resources available that also offer up a true desert and mountain backcountry experience in the way that Tucson can. It has found such a special place in my own heart over the years that I've been visiting since my first trip in 2018, and that's in no small part due to the efforts from the amazing people behind organizations like TORCA and SDMB, both of whom are setting the new standard for how trail associations should function. The Sonoran Desert is among the most beautiful corners of the country, and there's certainly no shortage of inspiration between the desert, the mountains, and really everything in between. I'm just glad that the future of mountain biking here is in such capable hands.